ladies as well as gentlemen, Papa Boris here with the continuation of this Warrior Arena run. The first game was against a Druid who pretty much did nothing, and then we just played cards and beat him. And the second game was against a Mage who was very light on removal. We messed up the end game and the opening and probably the middle game too for good measure and threw the game away. It was subtle. It wasn't like any kind of like, oh no, like any kind of like a blatant error or anything like that. I didn't like misclick or anything like that. It was subtle, but I do think I made some decisions, shall we say, that cost me that game. So hopefully now we're in the losers bracket and hopefully Io the warrior doesn't have fiery war axes. Oh man, if he plays frickin' fiery war axe, I'm gonna be so pissed. I'll be like, I could have done that. I could have played it if only like I had seen the damn thing. Okay, so those cards all need to go back, and we have a very slow start. Now, this is, in the worst case, 3 mana for 2 damage. You armor up, and then you cast Shield Slam, and you deal 2 damage. Hopefully my opponent's not got any aggressive plays, because if he just doesn't do anything right now, if he could just pass a turn right now, I can actually build up some armor, and this could potentially be more damage. Okay, so that's actually very, very nice. So now it can be up to like 4 damage. If my opponent plays like a 4 toughness creature, I will actually be able to kill it. Not that many 4 toughness creatures, but let's say Coin Frothing Berserker. I could armor up, Shield Slam, it goes down. That's pretty good use. Alright, he's also got a slow start. So the question here is the perennial question, do I play the Warsong Commander? And the answer is yes. Although this is not my favorite way to use this card. At the end of the day, if he has removal for it, he used removal for a 3-mana creature, it's not the end of the world. He might not have removal, then my Senjin has charge and shit gets crazy from there. So I think it's sad to lose it because there's so much potential with this card later on. I do prefer, as I've said, to play it later in the game, another creature right after it. But I think it's definitely better to play it and make your opponent use removal than to just armor up like a fool. Okay, so here comes the coin. And a weaponsmith. Interesting, so my opponent actually did not have... Well, let's see what he has for his Z-Man. It was like an Inner Rage. Inner Rage, he actually has the Inner Rage. Jesus, that's ridiculous. Well, that's life. So, yeah, let's go ahead and just play our Senjin. I could have used Heroic Strike to kill this, or Shield Slam, but I think it's more important to put a creature on the field. This could potentially suck up my opponent's Battle Axe and the Weaponsmith, if I'm lucky, if he has no more removal. If he has like an Execute or something, it's going to kind of suck. So we got some value out of that axe before using it, I presume, to kill my Senjin. You know what happens when you presume... You make a prez out of you and me. Oh, Inner Rage. That is... Well, I would say that is cute, but not good. It's 2 cards to kill 1 card. So he's holding onto this weapon. That's a bit speculative. I don't know if I agree with that play. So here I think I'll just bring out my own weapon. Again, weapons are cards that like especially the Arcanite Reaper, really expensive ones. I like to play them pretty much as soon as there's even a remote chance that they're going to be good. Because otherwise they could just sit in your hand and you'll fall behind it. It's worthless. There's the tiger. Interestingly, the Booty Bay Bodyguard quite good against this tiger. Now, I mean, my opponent could, of course, you know, have removal for it and whatnot, but I'm pretty happy to have this card. Should I raise my evaluation? As I've said many, many times, if you think a card is bad but it keeps being good against you, at some point you have to change your mind. And this thing has been good against me enough times that I'm really starting to think about changing my mind. Basically, the problem is this 4 toughness, but the 5 power is quite clutch in a lot of cases. Okay, I think I'm going to have to take damage from this tiger twice. If it attacks me and I hit it... Oh, he's choosing not to attack. I don't know, I think it's maybe a mistake. I could start the Questing Adventure, but the Questing Adventure will definitely meet an untimely end in that case. What else am I doing, though? Armoring up and playing this thing? Sure, we'll do that. Alright, so... I don't know. He can kill this guy off, of course, with the tiger. Then I can use Shield Slam to finish it off. I'll save my weapon for something else. He might not be playing things for fear of being weaponed. This weapon can do a lot of damage with the Heroic Strike. Well, holy crap, hang on a minute. This is a lot of damage here. Could I have won last turn? 5, 9, 13. I could have dealt 17 damage last turn. Jesus Christ. I should have, I mean, I couldn't win, but I should have looked for it. I really forgot to consider just how much damage you can rack up all of a sudden with Heroic Strike. Shield Slam, tragically, does not target the opponent. Well, Spellbreaker's good here. That is a fact. He's going to kill off my guy with the weapon, which is totally sensible. Yeah. Let's go ahead and just do that. And we're going to go ahead and kill the tiger because the tiger actually deals more damage. So here I'm going to armor up. Tragically, I don't have enough armor to make Shield Slam worthwhile. Heroic Strike I can't use because I've already attacked this turn, so I have to pass the turn here. Rampage is, I mean, you can see just how terrible it is. There's like a 0% chance I'm going to get to put this on anything anytime soon. I'm definitely behind this game. That is a fact. Well, luckily he's playing with terrible cards, so that helps me a little bit at least. This thing does make it a lot easier to get good shield slams, but I'm hoping I get a shield block. You have motherfucking got to be motherfucking kidding me. Rampage. And a fiery warlock. Balls. Well, that blows ass chunks. I can kill this with Heroic Strike, but man, is it gonna hurt. God, I think I have to do it. We'll play this first. So we'll Shield Slam that thing. Play Heroic Strike. Kill that thing. Ouch. He could actually run with a couple of Heroic Strikes himself, I think. 8. Yeah, he'd do exactly 12 damage to me. Ah, boy, that was silly. Rampage. Who plays with stupid cards like Rampage? Well, it looks like he's going to nip my questing adventure in the bud, as he well should. Rampage might actually make it onto the Fen Creeper. That's possible. He's going to 2-for-1. I guess he didn't have a good answer to it. That's fine by me. Is he really going to play nothing? Oh, no, he's got something. He's got something. Earthen Ring Farseer. Well, that's okay by me. So, I think I'm going to play the Fen Creeper in lieu of the Boulder Fist Ogre here. Because... it taunts, and I could use that. That could make a really big difference. I'm not going to use Heroic Strike to kill this thing, because I'd like to actually kill it with the Fen Creeper and put Rampage on it. That's what I'd like to do. Once upon a time, I dreamed a little dream and sang a song of sixpence. Okay, so... Well, I mean, we have to hope for the best here, right? So yeah, we can do this. We can do this.
Put this apple on your head.
That. That. No, that's the wrong card. God, you know what I've noticed? Class cards with the same mana cost, I confuse those. I've made that mistake more than once. And then there we go. We got a 6-6, a 6-7, and a 3-2. Well, I mean, I could come back and win this. Crazy as it sounds. This is a lot of damage. This is 12, 15, 19 damage. He says at 25. But one round of whacking with these creatures, and then I can come a clacking, if you know what I mean. If you know what I mean, tell me, because I don't know what I just meant with what I just said. All right, what does he have here for 8 mana? Nothing. Oh Jesus, what does he have that's nothing for 8 mana? Does he have like a freaking mind control tech? Wait, can I win? Do I have enough now? So this is 12, 15, 19, 23. He's at 27. Okay, so we're gonna need to go ahead and attack him now. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna do this, this. I'm gonna fling a knife first. It hit him, great. I still can't kill him though. This is 7, 11, yeah, I'm far. I'm actually gonna do this, and the reason for that is he's getting a little bit suspicious with him having cards and not playing them. I mean, if he had an execute, he could use it. If he had a slam, he could use it. If he had a cleave, he could use it. I mean, he could use pretty much any warrior spell. So the fact that he wasn't using any of his cards made me think he had a mind control tech. So I figured I'd best keep 3 creatures on the board, and the Knife Juggler's damage didn't matter next turn for being lethal. Well, anyway, that was a weird game. Like, I totally should have beaten that mage, and then I lost, and I totally should have lost to that warrior, and I won. How did I do it? He lost steam. He didn't have enough endgame creatures. He had the absolute advantage against me, but then he just never like played any 6-drops or anything. So might have not drafted him, might have just not had him. Hard to say. Salmon? Oh, salmon? That's not how you spell salmon though. Salmon gnome? If it was like salmon gnome. Anyway, what do we need here? None of these cards. Okay, that is... Upgrade's not the greatest against warlocks. It's terrible against all the imps, actually. It's not good against, I'm gonna play it anyway, but it's not good against flame imps, it's not good against blood imps, because you can't target them, it's not good against void walkers, it's just not good against any of the imps. Mad Bomber. Well, I could use Shield Slam to kill it, but I'm just gonna play the Panda and try to just trade creatures that way. Now, the reason I'm not attacking him with the upgrade is I only have the one other weapon in the deck, the Arcanite Reaper. So, like, the odds of me drawing it are very, very slim here. Let's see. I could pop Divine Shield and kill it off. Or I could smack it twice. That doesn't seem very good. Or I could play the Novice Engineer. I think I'm going to do this, actually. I'm going to play the Novice Engineer. So the idea that I have here is I'm going to try to pop the Divine Shield with the Novice Engineer and then kill the Scarlet Crusader that way. That way I don't take, you know... that way I don't hit it twice.
Pay attention,
Wow, the teacher, that's a bit scary. I wish I had some armor saved up so I could kill it. I alas don't. Well... I think what I need to do here is stick to the plan. I'm going to do this, I'm very low on life, which is scary against a warlock, and I'm going to coin out this Fen Creeper. It's not super great against the Violet Teacher, because the Violet Teacher actually can survive a hit from it. Mainly this is here to stop him from hitting me with the Violet Teacher. Warlock's not the greatest at killing this off, actually. He'd need like a silence, really, to get past it. What am I forgetting? Oh, silence. He has the silence. When you've got it, you've got it. Okay. Well, that Violent Teacher is definitely a problem. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll do this. Wait, let's actually play this thing first. Then we'll do this. Do I need to change my opinion about frickin' Rampage? I mean, it actually has been kind of good here. There's really... I don't gain anything from attacking him with this upgrade, so I'm not really even going to bother. This thing, unfortunately, didn't grow quite big enough to take out the Violet Teacher. And I'm getting a bit low on life. He could just potentially burn me out here, but I'm a warrior, so as long as I make sure to start armoring up a little bit aggressively, I could be okay. He's pointing something at it. What is that, a Siphon Soul? That'd be a good use of... Another silence! Are you kidding me? Jesus, that is crazy. Son, what are you doing? River Crocolisk. Interesting. I don't know what he's doing here. He seems to agree that that was a mistake. Okay. So I think what we need to do here is armor up. For sure. I just need to do that every turn. Now, do I use Shield Slam the Violet Teacher? I think so. I think it seems like a good move. I mean, the alternative is I could play the Knife Juggler, but then I have no more mana for other creatures. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and Shield Slam this thing. He didn't ever cast any spells, so it never actually got big at all. We will, I guess, do the obvious. Let's kill off that. We'll play the Harvest Golem just because it's my best creature. I'll swing for 9 damage. That is bonkers. This is a 3-mana creature swinging for 9. Now, he can, of course, kill this with a Shadow Bolt. He can kill it with a Soul Fire. He can kill it with a Demon Fire plus the Crocolisk. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can kill this thing. I'm not really holding my breath that it lives for the turn. Is it actually going to live through the turn? Holy crap. Wow, this opponent is very unlucky, I would say. So what I want to do here is get rid of this engine without using this guy. There's a couple of ways to do this. Let's think. Do I still want to keep armoring up? I think I'm actually okay. I can maybe pass a turn without armoring up. I could pop Divine Shield. This will go down to 1 health. I can't use Knife Juggler and this. Yeah, let's actually do it this way. I'm going to pop Divine Shield for 4 damage. I will do this to finish that off, break past the taunt wall. And I guess I'm gonna swing for 12 damage. Okay, now I'm actually gonna swing with my little upgrade here because it's getting to the point where I could potentially burn him out. I don't think a warlock can deal 14 damage to me with 5 cards. I don't think. Charger, 2 power overwhelmings. I guess it is actually possible. Alright, well the Frothing Berserker pretty much single-handedly won me that game. But I'll give myself a little bit of credit. I mean, I did draft the card. What did I take it over? That's what I can't remember. Did I take it over Pint-Sized Summoner? If so, I would say that there is a good number of players in the game who would have made the mistake of taking Pint-Sized Summoner instead, so I get to give myself credit for the draft. If it was just like it or like Master Swordsmith or something, then I can take credit away because anyone would have made the right call there. Papadopoulos. Well, the only person who beat me in this arena was a mage who had like no removal, and then I misplayed and I lost. So if this mage actually knows what she's doing, she'll probably crush me. And if she has good cards, of course, in her draft. Well, at least I get to draw a card on turn 2. That'll be nice. But an aggressive start from this mage will probably wipe me out. Slam doesn't kill mana worms, so I could be in trouble. Okay, well this is, I guess, I mean, I mulliganed away one of these. I don't like keeping it. It's kind of like bad removal. 4 mana for 4 damage. It's basically what a Mortal Strike is. This is only better if it actually lives. Okay, coin and... Razorfin Raptor. Well, I would say that drawing a card with a Novice Engineer is not as good as slamming this thing. I think even better, though, is to use this Panda. So... I could have done some kind of wombo combo, draw more cards, charge again, whatever. I think this is the least valuable card to use to kill the raptor with. Just gonna ping me and I presume trade creatures. Oh, she's gonna attack me. Well, if you're gonna get cute like that, Missy, we're gonna do something a little bit different. I'm actually now gonna slam that thing. And swing. So, I mean, I would have traded, of course. And it was a reasonable move to trade and then put the Worgen down. But I figure, you know, if she's going to let me keep board presence like that, then I will take advantage of this opportunity. She basically expected me to trade creatures. That's why she hit me for 3. And I was like, nope, I'm not having any of that jabberwocky. Okay, this is awkward. I don't quite have any of the right tools. I mean, I could kill this with a Mortal Strike, but then the Borling and the hero ability will finish it off. I could draw a card, which will threaten to kill the Borling, but then the 2/3 will... well, maybe that's what I should do. Yeah, let's draw a card. The Raging Worgen will just die. That seems pointless. Well, no, hang on a minute. If I trade here and play the Raging Worgen... that's what I want to do. Yeah, we're going to want to... do that, play the Worgen. So of course she could like buff this or, you know, have a Frostbolt or whatever, but at least I want to force her to have the removal. It's possible like that Warlock who couldn't kill a 4 toughness creature, even though Warlocks have a bazillion and 1 ways to do it. I mean, he just didn't draw it or didn't see it in his draft. It's possible. Might as well take those chances, like I always say. Good players get lucky more often than bad players because they give themselves more chances to get lucky. Mage holding 6 cards, a Raging Worgen's odds of survival are very slim, but we'll see. Arcane Explosion will do it, although it's a bit of a desperado move. That's really not what you want to do to kill off a Worgen. It's spending the entire turn and the card and your pet. So I could drop the Arcanite Reaper into play on the principle that you should put it into play as early as possible, but since I'm ahead, might as well draw a card. And I know I'm not playing this, but I'm hoping I draw something playable. And I did, so we'll play it. This deck has a lot of 2 mana and, you know, 3 mana creatures, so it was not an unreasonable risk to take. Plus, even if it didn't draw anything playable, I could have just, you know, armored up and had this in the weapon next turn. Card-wise, I'm even with a little bit of extra board presence. I'll become more ahead unless she plays like a Fen Creeper or something, because this will kill most of her drops. That also, actually, is not killable with Arcanite Reaper. I could silence it, but I think maybe we'll just do the weapon here. So this isn't ideal by any means. But first we hit with the weapon, then we use the golem, and we swing for 1. So it's a bit sad, you know, the hero ability will of course finish off the damaged golem, but note, my opponent well, you'd be using a third of her mana under that circumstance and not playing a 6-drop. So, if she has a 6-drop she wants to play, this may well live. Ah, freaking, are you kidding me? That is garbage. So she put out a big creature rather than killing the golem. What the downside of that is that the damaged golem can now kill that. So what we'll do here is we'll do this. And I'm going to 2-for-1 myself here. I think that's totally fine. We'll just do this
If you're sure.
and execute it. Now is the time to play my charger. Swing. So at the end of the day, we're pretty much equal on cards. I have a minuscule board advantage. And I have some removal in my hand, so I can kind of keep the advantage potentially if she just plays creatures, but if she just kills this, I'm in trouble because this is obviously not a very good drop. I probably would just drop it onto an empty board in lieu of doing nothing, but hopefully my deck will deliver unto me a Sea Giant or a Boulder Fist Ogre, or I think those are the only big cards I have. Yeah, I would say I don't have very good odds of winning this, especially after that Fireball. At least it wasn't a Frostbolt. She had to spend mana. And a Raging Worgen. Well, I'll probably kill that with Heroic Strike. Let's see what I get, though. Sen'jin! Ah, perfect. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll do Heroic Strike. Always armor up after attacking. That's actually really important here, too, because I am holding on to this, which gets better. It turns into a real Fireball if I get down to 12 health, so it's really, really important that I armor up after attacking always, without exceptions. So she spent a Fireball killing my 4-3. Another Fireball would kill my 3-5. She's fingering the card she just top decked, like it's a Frostbolt maybe. She was wondering whether to use it on the Sen'jin. The answer is yes. If you have that as a Frostbolt, you can Frostbolt, Hero Ability, and finish it off with the Hero Ability next turn. Leper Gnome.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Well, that's a good silence target. And then she's going to get to work. Well, that's very, very fair. So silencing this removes the buff, and it also removes the death rattle, which is nice. There's no real point of using this engine to kill that. What I'm just going to do is, in case she has more buffs, let me just kill this right now. So what do I use to kill this thing, the Heroic Strike or the Mortal Strike? Well, let's go ahead and use the Heroic Strike. The Mortal Strike does the same amount of damage, but it could potentially do more damage later in the game, so that's why I figured I'd keep it around. A simple Flame Strike here would probably pretty much win the game for my opponent, because then she'd still have 2 cards left, and all I'm holding onto is a removal spell. So I would just be basically equal on cards, 2 for 2, and I would need a top deck to get ahead. Ah, secret. Well, there's a lot of bad things that could be. Mirror Entity would actually be quite frustrating, because if I drew a big card, I know that she could just copy it. Ice Armor would add a lot of life. I guess Ice Armor is the one I would most hope to see. That would be the most crappy one. It's not that. Well, what I'm going to do here is hold on to this Knife Juggler. Ah, you know what I should have done? See, here's the thing. I wanted to attack with this to check for Vaporize, but so I didn't want to play the Knife Juggler. I mean, I should have, you know what I should have done? I should have played the Knife Juggler first to check for Mirror Entity. Ah, that would have been smart. Then if it was Mirror Entity, I could have used this, which was dead anyway, to kill the Knife Juggler. That little misplay might actually cost me a lot. Crap. Ah, yeah, I should have checked for... That's like a little rule to live by. Check for Mirror Entity first before you check for Vaporize. Because there's really no way that could have gone badly for me. I guess I didn't really want to overextend, is the thing. Okay, so now I can't play this because of... I'm afraid that that's Mirror Entity back there. So we're going to have to play the Knife Juggler now. Is that... Okay. I could play the Sea Giant. Yeah, we'll play the Sea Giant. So my opponent needs to have removal for this. She needs to be able to deal at least 5 damage to it, or she's screwed. So she's got a lot of cards back here. Does she have... Actually, Flame Strike would do it as well. Oh man, not killing this will suck. If she has a Flame Strike, these dice goes to 4, Knife Juggler plus heal ability finishes it off. Oh, Faceless Manipulator. Well, I'm fine with that, totally, because she's going to be dead before this ever matters. Ah, she has a Fireball, okay. Fair enough. And then the Knife Juggler will finish it off. Well, I think I just win now, don't I? The Mortal Strike is enough to burn her out. I think even without the defender's help. Alright, Papadopoulos the mage goes down. Surprised how well I'm doing against mages. Granted, those haven't been like the strongest mage decks in the history of the universe. Okie doke, so what are we up to here? 4 wins? I don't feel like this deck is very good. I'm going to be totally candid with you. This doesn't feel like a particularly great deck, so every win is pretty much gravy from this point onwards. And we'll see just how far we can go. Three wins away from 7. Boy, it feels like an eternity. I guess we're just gonna have to take it 1 win at a time, baby. Jeffrey the Paladin. As I said before, Paladins do quite well in the arena statistically, according to some statistics. Not me, though. My win rate with them is below 50%. I don't know how I'm so bad, but I'm pretty bad. We're gonna go ahead and keep the Questing Adventurer. We'll try for a Questing Adventurer gambit here. Because I am second, so I've got the coin, you know, so I can like Questing Adventurer and use the coin. Although that's looking kind of grim here. I didn't draw any of my 2-drops yet. Yeah. I mean, am I really going to just armor up on turn 2 in lieu of, I love that word, in lieu of playing the Warsong Commander? Or the Raging Worgen? Probably not. 2-drop? Nope. Okay, I'm not going to hold the fort for the Questing Adventure. So same issue here, basically. It's pretty likely my opponent can get rid of this. Actually, no, it's not. Paladin at 3 mana, no coin. A little bit tricky for him to do that. He'd need like a Wolf Rider... Or, I don't even know what he would need. I think he'd need a Wolf Rider. Okay, that is almost certainly a noble sacrifice. Which is actually very annoying. It's a pretty good way of dealing with the Worgen. Rampage, are you friggin' kidding me? Okay, let's see if it's noble sacrifice. It's noble sacrifice. Oh my lord. Do I really have to change my opinion of Rampage? This is crazy. Okay, I'm not gonna kill this. I'm not gonna kill it, and the reason why is he has another one. There's no point in killing one if the other one can still get buffed and kill me, so I might as well just have a 7/4 Wind Fury on the board here. Oh no! He has the wind, the humility effect. Notice though, this is still Wind Fury. I mean, it can still mop up these recruits like nobody's business. Sea Giant. Almost. Almost. I don't have any good plays here. Well, let's mop up these recruits. I think that's definitely the right play. This is not playable. This... Well, whatever. We'll do this. We'll just, I guess, trade it. It's not the greatest move in the history of mankind. Man, he had the humility effect. I mean, he... At 4 mana, you know... Well, Hammer of Wrath would have done it because he had the recruits. He had a lot of different outs. Alright, the Questing Adventurer is going to have to sit on the sidelines here. So I have no plays here. This is extremely awkward. Ah, there we go. That's a play. Whew, good thing. I don't want to play this just to have it die. I don't want to play this just to have it die. I don't want to play this and do nothing and then have it die. This is pretty much perfect here. It survives the True Silver Champion and makes it more likely they'll have to use something else. Ah. My magic shall not save me. Oh, you ass. That sucks. Well, actually, hold on a minute. This is actually really good here. Yeah, Spellbreaker's great. I want to get rid of this Divine Shield. Let's armor up. And we'll kill the bigger creature, I think. Very, very, very close game. All these creatures are about to die, which is a shame, because if anything lived, I could actually play the Warsong Commander and the Sea Giant, potentially, and have it charge, which would be crazy good. It's like my own little version of King Crush. He's gonna heal up, and likely True Silver you goddamn ass. So he's gonna kill all my stuff and leave all of his stuff. What a jerk. Frickin' Divine Shield. Baloney nuts. So the Sea Giant is actually playable here. I'm 1 mana short of being able to play both this and the Sea Giant. Okay, let's actually do this. Can I play one more creature? No. Okay. So we're gonna fling some knives here. Is the idea. Oh geez, I don't have enough. Oops. For some reason I thought that was playable. That was actually really, really silly.
That was an error.
Sorry folks, that was just dumb. We're just gonna go ahead and kill this, I suppose. To make this guy at least trade with the Earthen Ring of Farshire. That was very, very stupid. I should have just forgone a knife fling and played him first. Anyway, the point is I really wanted to be able to play this and have this giant charge. Maybe that wasn't really worth it. God damn it with the Divine Shields already! Jesus Christ! Oh my lord. A Reckless Rocketeer. That is actually... that is annoying. Are you... That is 4 fucking Divine Shields this game. God damn it. Okay. Alright, we can still do this. I can play this and have him charge. That's 6 mana. I can play this, and this will cost 6 mana, so it's actually... Actually, I can't do that, can I? I'll have 5 mana left. Nope, can't do this and the Sea Giant. Okay, I think that now's the time then for this thing. Fucking Divine Shields are just unbelievable. Alright, so if he uses the Divine Shield to kill this thing, then I can hit it with the Arcanite Reaper. No sweat. And that's what he's going to do. So what does he have for 9 mana? That's pretty large. I think that's going to be what my Sea Giant's going to kill.
Reporting for duty.
Excuse me. Okie dokie. We're going to do this. Okay, can I play this and that thing? No, I'll be 1 minute short. Alright, we're going to do the Sea Giant. We'll kill off the Archmage. Kill off the Reckless Rocketeer. Well, I could actually win this game. I mean, there's kind of like 2 creatures here that are must remove, and he's only got 2 cards. So both of these cards need to... Well, that's 1. It's 1 down. Looks like he does not have removal for the War Song Commander then, or else he would have killed it with the 3/1. Alright, Fen Creeper's a good drop. So we'll do this. This. Got the bug there. I think we'll need to kill off his biggest creature. That seems pretty sensible. And yeah, let's go ahead and just kill this. Don't let paladins keep creatures, especially paladins who like seem to have drafted every single Divine Shield effect they could get their hands on. So Consecration would obviously be very bad here. It would kill everything I have. Hopefully it doesn't have any Consecration. It's almost as bad. 6 health is a lot of health to chew through. Well, my creature's charged, so if I do draw my Boulder Fist Ogre, I'll be okay. That thing already charges. That's not super impressive. Well, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this and this. So what I'm doing here is I'm forcing him to attack my really, really damaged thing with his big dude. We'll play Charger, Armor Up, and then we're going to swing. So I may have to trade this guy into the Guardian of Kings. So my opponent top-decked a very good answer. I still have a Boulder Fist Ogre in here. I think that's only my only other late game is the Boulder Fist Ogre. His hero ability is way better than mine. And Blessing of Might. Okay. That's fine, I suppose. So I can just clear the board here is basically what's going to happen. Booty Bay Bodyguard. Here is where the Booty Bay Bodyguard really kind of... I don't know what the opposite of shines is. Blows ass monkey chunks. We'll sneak 5 damage in here. And do I let this kill my Booty Bay and then keep this around so that my future creatures have charge? I think we're in a top deck war. Charge isn't that important. I think just a 4/4 is way better. So anyway, we got a 5/4. So I'm ahead in the top deck war. He needs an answer to this and then another good card to get ahead. Does he have it? Blessing of Might. He actually has another... Man, this guy's all about the buffing. Well, it works. This is the Booty Bay Bodyguard at its worst. Slam! Pretty good card here. I don't even need the card draw. I just need to kill that thing. We're taking this Booty Bay Bodyguard all the way to Booty Bay, I guess. That's where all the booties are, right? And I like booties. Swear to God, if that's another blessing of might, I'm gonna... This guy, seriously, I think if he loses this game, it will be because he drafted badly. He was just like, I will take every single Divine Protection, Blessing Might buff effect that I see. I'm amazed he hasn't played any Blessings of Kings. Maybe he just didn't see those in his draft. I mean, this guy, with his love for Divine Shields, would have clearly taken any Blessing of Kings he saw. Choose of a champion? No! That's bad. That's really bad. It allows him to kill off my board. Shoot. That sucks. Oh, I needed him to have a bad top deck for one more turn, and it didn't quite happen. So the Raging Organ's gonna die. I have a lot of health. I still have a Boulder Fist Ogre in here. Mortal Strike. That's funny. Oh my god, my health is too high. Well, I'm gonna play it cool here. I hope he doesn't have any more Justice. Oh shoot, he has a True Silver Champion. Ah, Jesus. Well, no, because this is a bad fireball instead of a real fireball, and because my health was 2 points too high, I couldn't kill him that turn. He's going to heal up to 7. I am going to need some help here. The more time that goes by with these guys coming online, you know what would actually save me? Upgrade. Again, I'm wishing upon a falling star that I draw an upgrade, because... Oh, actually, this also works. I forgot I had this guy. That's my I top deck the win song. Alright, Jeffrey the Paladin goes down, although, to be totally fair, that wasn't so much about me top decking as much as it was about him drafting badly. I refuse to believe that, like... Well, how many Divine Shields did he play? He played like 6 Divine Shields, I think, plus 2 Blessings of Might. I mean, those are good cards, but they're not that good. They're not that good that you need to draft that many of them. It's very unlikely that he just happened to get those cards, like in trash heaps, and like that was the only choice he had, you know, for 6 picks in a row, or however many there were. So if he had drafted a little bit better, I'm pretty confident he could have beaten me there. Taking a sip of Good Luck Water. Seems like at this point in the night, maybe we're just coming up against some new players. I haven't faced opponents that I considered to be making this many mistakes in quite a while. Okay, this is just everything I don't want in my life. Let's go ahead and send it all back. Yep, well, okay. So the shield block could be nice later if I draw Shield Slam, but otherwise I'm not going to play it for a long time, so it's pretty much a dead card. I don't have any plays until turn 3. And that's not good against a mage, who has butt-tons of removal. 1 creature at a time from turn 3 onwards is exactly how you don't want to play against mage. Ah, crap, she has a move. That's really, really bad. Okay, well, I mean, it's not the end of the world. I could still pull this out. Rampage is not going to do it. I'm amazed. Rampage has been good. I mean, for a brief moment, I had a 7-4 with Wind Fury. Maybe I need to reevaluate my opinion of that card. It's actually been alright. Like, every time when I could have sworn it would never work, it's actually managed to work. So this is a pretty aggressive start for my opponent. Clearly I'm up against an aggro-y deck, or at the very least a deck that got to a pretty good start. So I don't want to just throw away my Frothing Berserker. I'd rather throw away the Raging Worgen. So, and I guess Frothing Berserker, what you could have said is, well, Boris, you know, then the Raptor can run in, but she has to Fire Blast it. Here she can just trade on the board and play more stuff, and that's pretty legit. Maybe I should have done that. The thing is, she can't leave this Worgen alone, is what I was thinking. She has to kill it off. She could potentially leave this alone until a time of her choosing. Okay. Oh, man, you know what's a great combo? Wow. Imp Master plus Rampage. How about that? I've never noticed that before. We're going to go ahead and actually just go for the kill. I don't want her getting imps. Warriors, especially ones who don't have Whirlwind, are not the greatest at clearing out imp infestations. So hopefully all she does here is just imp plus hero ability to kill this off, swing for 2, and I can play Ascension and try to hoard the fort. Now the problem is that she can ping this guy, make it a 5-2, and then it trades with Ascension, so my dream of Rampage World Tour is not very likely to happen. Looks like she is going to do the imp plus the hero ability. Is that all she's got? That's good. I'm happy to see that. Ah, okay. I'm not going to play the Ascension because it's just going to die. So what I'll do is use the Arcanite Reaper. Notice how Fiery War Axe would have done that just fine, and then for 3 mana less. But anyway, that just goes to show you how good Fiery War Axe is. I can pay 3 extra mana for it, and still be happy that I have it. Right, Imp Master number 2 comes along, and a Frostbolt. Well, I don't know. I don't think it's a good play at all. To be utterly candid with you, I don't think that's a good play at all. Because, yeah, okay, so now I am, you know, I'm not killing your Imp Master. So you're getting an extra Imp out of the deal, but you're wasting a frickin' Frostbolt. I mean, killing this creature, killing any creature is a much better use of a Frostbolt than 3 damage to the face and save a creature for a turn. Well, that's my opinion. Take it or leave it. That'd be a great name for a game show, wouldn't it? Take it or leave it. Where, like, you're offered some kind of a prize and you can take it or leave it. What am I talking about? Okay, anyway, that's that. This guy will die to the Arcanite Reaper. I'll take a lot of damage in the process, which is not my favorite thing to do against mages, but I'll do it. And that's all she's got. Okay, fair enough. Well, okay, so here it is actually good. This is this as opposed to just a Fiery War Axe. Now, I have a lot of options now that this Defender of Argus came along. I think I'm going to do this. This seems just too good to not do, right? And what am I going to do with the rest of my mana? Rampage? I think so. Okay, we'll just put all of my eggs in one basket here. So we're going to Defender of Argus. We'll use the Panda to kill off that. Hold on to this Arcanite. We'll ding ourselves against the Imp. Make Rampage playable. And I'm not going to use an Arcanite Reaper against Imps. I just can't do that on principle. So we'll pass the turn. So we have a 7/8 with Taunt. It's like an Earth Elemental. It's pretty nifty. Polymorph is what she needs. Fireball plus one of these imps and a hero ability will do the job as well. Polymorph, of course, would be the best answer. If she had a Frostbolt right now, she could kill this guy. That'd be pretty good. But nope, she used it on the face. And I am not complaining at all, in the slightest. Twilight Drake, alright, that's pretty solid. No Polymorph this turn then. Acolyte of Pain, alright. Well, yeah, that's pretty cool. I think I might as well start growing a questing adventure behind the scenes here. Some armor. Ooh, shield slam. Jesus, that's quite the perfect top deck. I was gonna Arcanite Reaper that, but let's just go ahead and kill it with shield slam. And I don't really see any reason to kill off these imps. Well, I'm gonna actually kill off the Acolyte. Now the reason I'm doing that is if I kept it around, she could have pinged it and drawn a card and then run it into the Ascension and drawn another card. I'd rather have only drawn one card than draw two. So there's the Flame Strike. So this guy actually is going to live. He's pretty mighty here. And this guy is going to get to drop down. Actually, both of them get to drop down. She's actually going to trade everything in. What does she have, like a Frostbolt coming up? Interesting. Okay, so we'll just do the obvious here. As my frame rate drops to 0. I'll keep the Arcanite Reaper around. Basically, the longer I keep it around, the higher the likelihood she'll top deck and ooze and kill it, and I lose 5 damage, which would be sad, because 5 damage is a lot. It's a 6 of her life. But if she does play like some kind of a big creature, I'd rather just kill it with the weapon than have the damage on her face. She should have done this first before playing the Stormpike. I mean, few plays I think would have been as good as Stormpike, but still, always draw cards first. And yeah, we're just going to ignore the 2/4. We'll kill the 4/2. And swing. Ascension. Her up. I could slam her thing just to get a card, and I would have also gotten extra damage from the Berserker, but in case she plays like a legit creature that I want to kill, or I draw an Execute and she plays something really huge, I'd like to have the slam in my back pocket against a more important target. There's a Frostbolt. Hey, I bet you wish you had like another one of those. So I really shouldn't taunt my opponent. That's not very charitable of me. And for Grizzly, that's taunting, which is good for my opponent. Well, this is only 6 damage. Even if I kill this, I can't win. So, actually not much point in slamming anything. So if I use this, the Worgen can kill it. If I use this, the Gnomish Inventor can kill it. What is better? I guess that. It's probably better. Actually, let me just kill her Worgen. How about that? That sounds like a plan. I mean, I could have taken her down to 6. If she hadn't put a Grizzly Bear down, I would have just swung at her and taken her down to 3, but taking her down to 6 isn't really that significant. Okay. That's a pretty good card. Well, I could definitely still lose this now. Mortal Strike. Well. As long as that's not a Vaporize or anything. Well, we'll check for it. It's not Ice Armor. In case it's Ice Block, you want to do the smallest amount of damage. Oh my god, it could be... Shit. It could be Spell, Counterspell, or a Spellbender. Well, we'll go for it. It was Mirror Entity. Spellbender, Counterspell, Ice Barrier. Yeah, it must have been Mirror Entity. That was the only other secret left. What is going on with my frame rate? My computer is good. It can like play Skyrim at all the maximum graphics. Of course, I don't know if Skyrim is still like something you can judge graphics by anymore. How are we at 6-1 with this deck? Well, whatever. I'll take it. We've had enough bad losses to people who played better cards than us that we are happy to take the wins. I will go on the record as saying that even if this deck goes to 9 wins by some miracle, and for all we know, it's going to poop out at 6, I will go to my grave saying this was just not a very good deck. It's got a lot of wacky cards in it. Pretty good removal for a warrior, I suppose. But no Fiery War Axes, no Arathi Weaponsmiths. And just not a lot of quality cards. No real late game. It's just not very good. I mean, I'm winning games with it, which is fine, but my opponents have been a little bit weak. Not that I'm complaining. Just, you know, for educational purposes, if you're watching this, if you're thinking, oh man, that was an amazing deck. I don't even see like how it was so good. Well, it's not actually good. It's just I'm playing a little bit better than my opponents, and that is enough for the wins. Okay, and actually what's funny is my one loss was me should have having a win. I'm misplaying it. Okay, so this is not the greatest of starting hands here. I can obviously draw a card on turn 2, which will improve my odds of having like legit plays on turn 3 and 4. But other than that, I don't really want to play this on turn 3. It's just throwing away a turn to cycle a card. Okay, my opponent has a pretty fast start. Alright, well, there's no reason, as I lose the Mad Bomber coin toss, to play the Novice Engineer out and just have it die, so we'll slam this. I mean, sure, I'm not drawing a card, but I think it's totally worth it to kill that creature. Think of it this way, if you had been holding on to a Wrath or a Frostbolt, would you have killed it then? Of course you would have. So, slam, you don't want to get bedazzled by the fact that you might draw a card if you slam a creature later. Just go ahead and get the kill. Okay, the Raging Worgen comes down. We'll see what my opponent has to say about that. Knowing him and knowing that it's a shaman, my guess is a million different things. Is what he has to say about it. Luckily, he doesn't have a coin anymore, which is good. So at least I have the edge there.
What to do?
Wow, I guess he doesn't have the removal for it. So I see why he thought a lot about his turn. Basically, the Raging Worgen can run into this and turn on Wind Fury. But I guess he decided in the end to do that because the damage golem that comes back will finish this thing off. So let's play Novice Engineer, draw a card, see if we do anything to change our plan. Spellbreaker would have actually been very good at the start of this turn, because I could have silenced this golem. As it is, what we're going to do is this, and this, and armor up. If I had 5 mana, I could of course have played a Taunter in the way and protected my Wind Fury guy, but I think under the circumstances that was the best thing for me to do. We're on my favorite map. I love all the things on this map. The Rosebush, the Gong, the light here. It's just all so great. Alright, so going with my philosophy of play weapons as soon as possible. Assuming there's no taunt incoming, I am going to just go ahead and Arcanite Reaper. Get it out there, kill this creature off before it gets too dangerous. Now I am swinging this weapon over his head, ready to kill whatever he might drop, and I will kill most things that can drop for 5 mana, while putting down my own little Taunter here. There are some plays like Jungle Panther that would make me play the Harvest Golem instead. Well, this is where the Arcanite Reaper is, I have to admit, a lot better than Fiery War Axe. I could, of course, Novice Engineer and Execute, But let's hang on to that execute. This is, I mean, about the ideal kill for an Arcanite Reaper. That Arcanite Reaper killed a Unbound Elemental and a Chillwind Yeti. That is kind of amazing. This is very, very good hunting for that card. So he's got 6 cards to my 7, mainly because of my weapon. Note, though, that as a first player, I start a card down, so the fact that I'm a card up shows that I actually had more than that. That's a pretty desperate Lightning Storm. I would have made a totem first to see if he could get a spell damage totem. Had this been a spell damage totem, this thing would have been dead right now. Wow, he flips a totem second. Yeah, a lot of new players here. A lot of new players. What is that? Is that actually it's the spell damage? Oh my god, if he had just done that first, this thing would be dead right now. So it's the difference between being alive or being dead. The move that he made. Wow. Well, I'm not going to complain. But it is interesting. The opponents tonight have definitely been making some errors. Well, let's think about this. I can actually silence that. I don't think there's any way I can save my guy. I don't have any removal here. He has taunt. What we'll do is we'll play the Boulder Fist Ogre. Spell damage doesn't really matter too much against this Ogre, so I'm actually going to get 5 damage in here. I think 5 damage is a lot of damage. I don't want to pass it up just to kill a spell damage totem unless I have a really compelling reason to do that. And I might silence it later on so that he can't get it ever again. He is overloaded, which is nice for me, so no crazy 7-mana plays here.
What to do?
The Ogre will take care of pretty much anything he could play, definitely anything with the Defender of Argus buff. Fort Lightning, interesting choice. I guess he wants to keep this creature around, which is a reasonable decision. But he's going to be overloaded again next turn, which might actually matter. Ah, so he's actually going to get to kill this Ogre. I see. Well, I pay for my hubris here. By not killing the totem, he actually gets to take the Ogre down. Had I killed the totem instead, this thing would be at 1 health. So, I don't know if that was a mistake or not, but it definitely is one of those cases where I paid for my decisions. Let's go with this. Oh shoot, I should have shield blocked first. Or do I just play the Defender of... Let's just play the Defender of Argus, that seems fine.
My shield for Argus.
3/4 with taunt is pretty solid. I still have card advantage against him. I have plenty of removal and I can draw another card and I also have a silence. So I should be okay against most things he might do, especially with only 5 mana to play right now in the endgame. Sad that I lost my Ogre. That means my only other endgame card is my Sea Giant, somewhere in these 18 cards. He could still win though. My pressure at the moment is not very high and I'm not really adding any more anytime soon. Okay. Well, Heroic Strike is rather perfect. Oh my god, Rampage. Jesus. I cannot believe how freaking good Rampage is. This is insane. Okay, so we're going to Heroic Strike. Wait, am I going to have enough mana to shield block? 3, 5, 7? I am. Let's just do the right thing here, folks. Let's draw cards first. Korkon Elite. Is that better than Heroic Strike? No, because my creatures are rather precious here. So we're going to Heroic Strike. Kill that thing. I'm going to... What do I want to enrage? I think I actually am going to enrage my Defender, and the reason for that is he's hiding behind this taunt. And we'll actually go ahead and kill off this totem. Okay, well that changed everything, actually. That Heroic Strike plus the Rampage just changed the whole ball game. And of course I have to give some credit to the 1/1 totem that he flipped. Had he not flipped that, I wouldn't have been able to do that. Well, he's got the kill for my Harvest Golem. Can't kill off my 6/5 though, at least not without some help. The bear. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that sucks a lot. Damn it. Mortal Strike. Can I win? Let's do a quick check. Spellbreak, silence. Swing for 6. Down to 8. This, down to 4. He's dead next turn. I'm gonna go for that.
Your magic shall not save.
I mean, yes, he could play like a healing card or something, but I think it's worth it to go for the throat here. He basically has to heal or he loses. Shamans don't have any counter spells or anything. And even if he heals, he also has to take care of all my creatures. I mean, I'm threatening every single one of my creatures is lethal, so he has to kill literally every single one of my creatures and heal. That is a tall order. Very, very tall. Well, he's got the health. With 5 mana, does he have the removal for every creature? I mean, another Lightning Storm would do it. Lightning Storm and Lightning Bolt. I guess he could have actually come back if he had like a Lightning Storm and a Lightning Bolt. He would have actually potentially won the game there. So for all he knows, I might not have any damage in my hand or my deck, so he is absolutely correct not to concede here. And to swing at me with the axe is also correct, given that he's not going to be hitting my creatures anytime soon. Unluckily for him, this Mortal Strike, I am really glad I drafted it. Even a bad Fireball, I guess, is pretty good. My game is lagging like the ball dickens. I don't know what's going on. Thankfully, it still seems to be functioning, I think. I almost thought for a moment there if we had one of those crashes. Alright, there we go. Let me check the task manager here. I was almost going to say the taskmaster. Let me check the cruel taskmaster here. No, Hearthstone just eats up memory like a bitch. I don't know why. It doesn't seem like it's that fancy of a game or anything. But yeah, that's all it is. Just Hearthstone, plus of course my open broadcaster software for recording the run. But really, any recording software you use is going to be a lot. Alright, Siddhartha. That's a bit of a pretentious name. Okay. Alright, am I going to keep this hand or am I going to mulligan it? I'm going to just keep it. There's a risk that, like, he has a super aggro deck, and because I didn't mulligan it, like, I didn't draw into a slam, and because of that I lose. So be it. We're up to 7 wins. We don't even care anymore. We got good plays from turn 3 onward. We'll just have to see if that's good enough. Greetings. Why am I saying that? Okay, we're gonna move on here. He's got to play. He has to play. Well, it's a garbage play though, so I don't even care. I guess he's gonna have another creature after. Wait a minute, he can just play a totem after this. I see. He plays a totem after it. The totem gets buffed. All right, I see what you did there, sir. I see what you did there. We'll be dropping down the Worgen most likely. Because, well, unless it's the 1/1 totem, which it's not. The Worgen presents a really credible threat that he has to address. Namely, that if he doesn't do anything, the Worgen can actually run into this taunt totem, get enraged thanks to the Master Swordsmith, and then also kill the Master Swordsmith, and then still live. So, that's obviously not something that my opponent wishes to have happen. He's going to use the Stormforged Axe to take care of Biaznas, which I don't blame him for. Okay, fair enough. But then this Master Swordsmith's here just looking like a chump. Okay, well, we'll just keep on trucking. Oh, Korok Elite to kill it? No, because then the axe will finish it off. If I use the Korok Elite to kill this, the axe finishes it off. No reason to let my opponent do that. We'll just threaten to kill this with the Senjin. And then next turn, you know, if we need to, we'll play the Korok Elite. At least then it'll be hiding behind a taunt, so that the weapon can't reach it. So he's a bit overloaded, thanks to that Stormforged Axe. So, no Chillwind Yetis or Senjins for him. If he plays another totem, I'll be pretty happy about that. Nope, he's actually got a card. Nope, he's got a totem. Or does he have a card as well? Another taunt, damn it. It sucks. I really hoped he didn't have the taunter here. So, well here I think I need to do this. I'm gonna do this. And that. Forked Lightning would be really epic here. It would kill both of my things. He's not overloaded. If he doesn't have Forked Lightning, he'll be using the axe to kill my Senjin. Please don't have it. Oh god. Oh god. Please don't have it. Oh god. Oh, whew, thank Christ. Okay, that's not the worst thing in the world because, well, I mean, I can clean all this stuff up, basically. Is why that's not the worst thing in the world. So we'll do this. We'll do that. And you know what, let's just, God, you know what, whatever, we'll swing 4. He's actually pretty low on life here, because he swung so much with the axe, and I did hit him a couple times, I think. He's actually pretty low on life, so, I mean, I'm just hoping the Squire trades in, and he doesn't, like, flip a spell power, do Forked Lightning. I know he didn't have Forked Lightning last turn, or he would have definitely used it, so I should be fine. Fire Elemental, okay. That is unfortunate. But you know what's actually good against Fire Elemental? This guy. Okay, we'll play the Novice Engineer. Heroic Strike, not quite good enough, so we'll actually play this thing. Can't friggin' believe it. I've actually had this happen to me when I was playing Shaman. People dropping these booty bays. And it's like the perfect answer to a Fire Elemental. We'll see if he has removal for it. He's got a lot of cards. He's got 7 cards. Well, the booty bay does not hold up well against that guy. That is a fact. I'm now a little bit behind here. Let's just keep it simple, keep it safe, shall we? We're gonna do this to kill off this thing. We'll just use Heroic Strike to kill off that thing. We're gonna armor up. That's turn. So I'm definitely behind here. My opponent, because of that axe, got ahead. The only advantage I really have is my life total. But he does just basically have 7 cards to my 5, and I don't really have any way of getting card advantage. So yeah, I'd say that I'm grossly behind here. Cult Master is unfortunate. Oh geez, he has like an army of little creatures and a Cult Master. That sucks a lot. Can I use this? 3, 6, 9? Sure, we'll do it. So we're gonna have to do this first. Then this. Then this. There's no good way to do this, unfortunately. I have to trade one of these really good creatures for the Cult Master. Let's let it be the Frothing Berserker. And I'm going to go ahead and kill this thing. And the reason I'm killing that thing is so that the Warsong Commander has a non-zero chance of living. Right now he only has 2 damage on the field. Now, very, very small that with 6 chance that with 6 cards the Shaman can't kill off a Warsong Commander, but it's possible.
Magic shall not save you.
That's a bad sign. If he wouldn't have silenced that if he didn't have removal for the Warsong. Oh, Jesus. Well, the Stampeding Kodo actually whiffs. He messed up. He just messed up, man. My opponents keep messing up against me today. What he should have done was play the Stampeding Kodo first while the Questing Adventurer was big, then silence the Questing Adventurer, because that way the Kodo would have guaranteed killed the Warsong Commander. Ha! We'll do this. We'll kill that thing. And I'm trying to put on as much damage as I can. When you're behind, try to race. That's the general strategy. If I happen to, if this Warsong Commander lives, no, it's not going to live anymore. It's going to die now. Damn. I have basically a Boulder Fist Ogre here and a Sea Giant. Those are the only endgame cards I really have. Shield Slam is really not cutting the mustard here. Oh geez, there's a lot of stuff here. I don't have any brawls or master move. I think I'm just gonna lose this. Even a Sea Giant's not good enough anymore. Well, Arcanite Reaper, actually, I guess that's my only hope, isn't it? Oh man, could I have dealt more damage to him somehow? Yes, by leaving his 4/3 alive and Mortal Striking him in the head. I should have probably done that. Play to your outs, man. So there's a 50-50 chance this is a taunt. It is not a taunt. I could have shield slammed the taunt anyway. But I need some damage. I've already used Argent Commander. I believe I've used both Core Elites, or maybe just one. I might have a couple of outs here. I've used the Mortal Strike, of course. I think this is my last turn, though. So you got 2, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage. Okay, I might have 2 more turns. We'll see how it goes. Upgrade. Well, all right. That technically is enough. Now here's a very important moment. I'm going to armor up, but I'm actually not going to kill anything. Now the reason is that technically 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. He needs to deal another 9 damage, which is a bit of a tall order. And I want to keep the Shield Slam in my hand because in case he flips a Taunt Totem. Wait, he can't flip a Taunt Totem. He's got max board size. He actually can't play any creatures at all. If he deals 9 damage, it would have to be through spells. Like a Lava Burst and a Lightning Bolt. Or Lava Burst and a Rockbiter weapon. So let's see if he's got the burn. No Rockbiter weapon. Does he have the burn? And... oh my god. Well, upgrade... There were like 2 other games where I was like praying for an upgrade to win it, and that was the game where I actually drew it and won it. This has been Such a great arena. I love this. I don't want to sound like I'm upset that I'm at 8-1 with like one of the most unimpressive, unremarkable decks I've drafted. It's not like a horrible deck. It's not like one of those decks where like, oh god, this deck is horrifically bad. But this is really like one of the most unremarkable decks I've ever drafted. And so the fact that I just have opponents playing badly against me and giving me free games is really hilarious, and I love it. Alright, Mega Super Guy, the Warlock. That's a great name. Oh, this is not a good hand at all. Boy, not in the slightest. If these were like 3 drops, I'd keep everything, but I'm not going to keep a 4-drop and gamble. We're just going to try to get a 2-drop going here. Yep. Okay, this is really a bad hand as well. So if the Warlock is an aggro Warlock, I'm in trouble. Oh, whew, Panda. Well, that's a pretty good news, pretty good sign. This will at least trade with the Flame Imp. Leper Gnome is really not what I want to trade this with, but that's alright, it'll have to do. And we even have a couple of turn 3 plays here, isn't that nice? Voidwalker, okay. He's gonna do the trade, seems fair, otherwise the Voidwalker would have just died. We'll do against this opponent what we did against all the other ones, which is we're gonna play a Worgen. The odds of it surviving are very, very comically low. There's 1,000,000,001 ways the Warlock can handle this, but on the off chance that he doesn't, it does get to kill this and trigger Wind Fury. So he absolutely must answer this right now. That is an answer, because it means I have to run into this twice. That is actually an even better answer. He's going to lose the coin, which is actually probably the best thing to lose. It's definitely not a good way to go. Boy. Do I play this thing? That can't be right at all. Do I use this to kill that thing? That can't be right either. Ugh. There's nothing that's correct here. We'll just play this, I suppose. Whatever. Maybe I could have bided the time and shield blocked for a card. That probably would have been the best. Hooty-doo-dee-doo. Hooty-doo-dee-doo.
Just me and Mr. Bitey.
Do I have any way of dealing with a Blood Imp? Nope, never saw a Whirlwind. Probably wouldn't have taken it even if I had seen it, let's be honest. This thing is dead anyway. Might as well use it to kill off some creatures. So next turn, probably Questing Adventure, Raging Worgen, 3/3/3/3. And hope for the best. Arcanite Reaper will finish this off. It all kind of depends what else he can do. Ah, well, that is unfortunate. The Arcanite Reaper cannot finish that off. And it will just myrtlate my 3/3s. Bah. Well, we'll kill this. You know what? I'm just going to draw a card. I can't fathom playing either of these cards here. Sen'jin. That would have been nice to have at the beginning of the turn. God damn it. Well, I'll play the Raging Worgen here just to have the Kodo get damaged, I guess. And then I'll play the Questing Adventure with the Sen'jin to guard it on the next turn. But yeah, I'm very far behind this game. I just didn't have a good draw. Honestly, I can't even say I didn't have a good draw. This is like how the deck's always performed, really, in this entire arena. It's just been winning games for no conceivable reason. Okay, the Knife Juggler is interesting. 3, 5, 9. I'm going to play the Knife Juggler just because it's really like my only hope to kill off the Blood Imp. Nope, okay. Well, my luck has to end somewhere. I can't really complain about not hitting 1 in 3 odds. He has a massive amount of cards, and my board advantage is pretty much non-existent. I mean, technically my creatures are better, but given that he has 7 mana to play with, it's pretty much a non-issue. Mad Bomber, interesting, that's quite risky. And I won't complain about how that went. And that is why I promised myself I was never going to play Mad Bomber again. In case anybody was wondering. Alright, well. Argent Commander is a very good top deck. That puts all my plans on hold here. I'm just going to totally do this. So let's see where the knife goes. It goes there. Which doesn't actually matter. We'll kill off the biggest thing that he has. And he has to 2-for-1 anyway against the Sen'jin. We're going to take it risky here. I'm actually going to put, 6 damage on him, which is a lot of damage. The risk is that if he plays some kind of buffs or has removal or something, I'll regret not having used my creatures to kill his stuff. But I think it's important to get the damage in there, especially if I have more damage here. I mean, I've got 4 damage, 8 damage in my back pocket, so I only really need 11 more damage to kind of win. This will almost certainly actually be 6 damage, because if he starts to clear my board, he'll get me down below 12. So This is like 6 plus 4 is 10 damage, so I just need to do like 9 damage to him, which is a little bit hard, I suppose, at the moment. But it's possible. You never know.
Your magic
It's gonna
shall
silence
not
that.
save you.
Okay. Well, I'd rather see that than have it die, I guess. Now he gets to do very favorable trades, of course. I might have a chance of winning this game somehow. Well, he still has 4 mana here. Not even gonna draw a card. Well, that's perfectly reasonable. Wow, I get even more burn. Okay, we're gonna do this. This. Swing. Swing. And let's think about this. If I heroic strike, he's gonna go down to 8. The risk if I don't heroic strike is that he might play a taunt later. We're not gonna do it. I'm just gonna armor up. We'll see what happens. I mean, I could win like this turn if he just has like unfathomably bad cards. Because his board can kill off 2 of my creatures, but not both of them. So let's say he kills off the questing adventurer and this guy. I swing for 3 down to 9, down to 5. All I have to do then is wait for him to get me down below 12, and I'll win. Molten Giant. Now, that might actually not be irrelevant. He's gonna get to kill off. Nope, not everything. Sen'jin lives. Okay, so I just want to make sure I don't die in one fell swoop here. Oh, can I just win right now? I think I can just win right now with that guy. Yep. That's pretty cool. What the hell? This is the freaking weirdest arena ever. If you think that I was wrong, and I very well may be. If you think I was wrong and then like my deck was good in ways that I just didn't realize, because I guess I had like all the charging creatures or something, tell me in the comments. I think I've been pretty good about knowing when a deck is bad and knowing when my deck is good. But sometimes I've guessed wrong, like this time. But I really think that deck was pretty bad. I think that my opponents didn't play very well, and they didn't put up much of a fight. So I think that's why I won. But anyway, that was pretty sweet. I'll take it. I'm very happy. That was kind of a fun way to end my night. I can now go to bed and not have to stay up super late trying to win. If you enjoyed the run, do please like and/or subscribe. And if you'd like to stick around for Papa Boris's Happy Fun Time bonus hour for some extra time with me, well then, let's get the party started. So. Here's our prize. I've remembered now that, yes, of course, with the patch notes, I remember reading this. You always get 2 packs at 9 wins. You always get that. This is a lot of gold, too. What is... This is 190. 250. It's one of the highest I've ever seen. I think that is actually, I believe, the highest I've ever seen. I think I've gotten 250 one other time. But I believe that is the peak that I've ever seen it be at 9 wins. And since I've gotten to 9 wins like close to 40 times by now, I think I've got a pretty good sample size. Golden Common. Golden Common. Oh my god. That was actually a new rare. I apparently did not have an Aldor Peacekeeper. Was that really the case? Oh, I had a rare one, but not a regular one. Okay, let's take a look at Rampage. I don't have 2 yet. Let's not disenchant it just yet. You never know. You just never know. We'll take a sneak peek at our next arena. Alright, we've got Shaman, Paladin, or Hunter. Well, it's going to be Shaman, folks. I'm on vacation from these 2 classes. I am no longer as, let me put it this way. I'm still about as good at the game as I used to be, but relative to the other people playing the game, I am no longer better enough that I feel comfortable taking lots of classes that just suck. I will take Hunter and Paladin from time to time, but they will be more of like a once-in-a-blue-moon sort of a things, rather than whenever it comes up and it's been the least recently played class. So definitely we're looking at another Shaman run next time. We'll see if we can keep the streak going, see if we can keep the fire alight, see if we can like this video and or subscribe to my channel. Alright, thanks so much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time.